I have a secret.
What is it?
I see another movie review coming up.
Hi guys, I'm Stephen Ang, and welcome to another movie review with me. This one is old, and you've probably already seen it. The Sixth Sense. M. Night Shyamalan. Well, that's his masterpiece. That is what you call a masterful script. And in this review, we're going to be breaking it down for people that first have not seen it, then the people that have seen it, and then we're going to dive deep into the movie and why the screenplay is a masterpiece and the whole film, the production, everything about it is damn near almost perfect. So, let's get started. You haven't seen it, see it. It's like a little bit of a horror movie, but really more of a thriller, but very emotional. Very emotional. So we have Bruce Willis, who's a child doctor who helps out children with problems, and he's gotten an award from like the state, or that because of how well he's done. And one night, him and his wife are celebrating, and there's a guy in his bathroom that's basically one of his Bruce Willis's characters, child's one of his patients, and the guy was actually Mark Wahlberg's brother, who is a very underrated actor. He was like in Saw 2 and Dead Silence, and he's in a lot of really, really good movies, but he always has like small. Oh, he was. Yeah, was he in Saw? Yeah, well, he was in a lot of the Saws, but he came out in Saw 2. But so he basically blames Bruce Willis for failing him, and he shoots Bruce Willis um, and then himself. And then Bruce Willis is holding his stomach and he's lying on the bed. And we basically cut to another day. And Bruce Willis is outside and he's waiting for this little boy. So, obviously he must have lived. And the little boy comes down, is an excellent actor, also was in AI. But of course, when he got older, Hollywood didn't use him as much, and he's kind of heavy now, so he lost his little baby look, but that happens. But so this little boy has a problem, and Bruce Willis's character is trying to figure it out, and he's and he can't figure out what the little boy's problem is. But eventually, the little boy does tell him what it is, and it's that he sees dead people. And Bruce Willis's character thinks, obviously something's wrong with him, and he's trying to help him. He's trying to help the little boy. So it's about redemption, because I think Bruce Willis, he felt like he failed that other child that shot him, and so he was trying to help out this other little boy, Cole, I think his name was, but he that's like the whole movie, but it's much more than that. It's much more than that. There's a lot more to it, and I recommend you see it because there's a lot of deep things in it, and I think you would thoroughly enjoy it. And if you do know M. Night Shyamalan's work, um, excuse me, I have a dry throat. If you know M. Night Shyamalan's work, he also did one of my other favorite movies, which was Signs. He also did The Village, which some people didn't like. I really thought it was very good. I thought it was a very emotional film. It wasn't what people expected, but I thought if you really look at the whole story, it's very beautiful and very sad. He also did Lady in the Water, which I don't think a lot of people liked either, but that was apparently a story he would tell his children at night and decided to tell the rest of the world. uh, he also did Airbender, which everybody apparently, I guess, hated. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But this is M. Night Shyamalan's best work. And this really should be shown to film schools everywhere and be like, write this down. This is how it's done. Now let's get into people that have seen it and let's talk about it. So, as you know, Bruce Willis turns out to be dead. He's dead. And Cole is, when he said, I see dead people, he's talking about Bruce Willis as well. And dude, that's the twist. But what makes the film so masterful is the whole time you're watching it, you don't know. You know, for instance, there's one scene where Bruce Willis and Cole's mother are sitting across from each other in a room. They're not talking to each other. Cole comes in, and the mom immediately gets up and goes and starts talking to him, then walks away, and Cole goes over to Bruce Willis. Now, in our minds, we assume that they must have been talking to each other. But you realize if he's a ghost, he's a ghost. She didn't acknowledge him. She wasn't talking to him. She didn't know he was there. So then when she talked to Cole, she walked away. Cole is able to see dead people, clairvoyant, so he walks over to him. That right there is just playing with our minds, and an amazing technique, an amazing way of telling a story by fooling us. Another scene is, which is also a big part of the movie, is the relationship between Bruce Willis and his wife. They were obviously in love when you first see them in the movie. And then after that, you know, there's a part where I think when he was alive, she mentions like she felt that, you know, I don't think she meant it harshly. She was just saying like, I'm second to your work, you know, to these children. And like, he's trying to talk to her, and she just ignores him the whole movie, and you think she hates him. And there's a scene where he goes to a restaurant to, you know, celebrate their anniversary, and you think he's talking to her, and you think she's just ignoring him. And then when he goes to pay for the check, she slides it, pays for it, and says happy anniversary, and walks away. You assume she doesn't, you know. Then she's flirting with some guy and gets ready to kiss him, and a window breaks. And so he thinks, you know, she's having an affair. And it's actually, you know, he's been dead for like, I don't know, 2 years or something. So it's very heart-wrenching, the fact that, you know, this whole time you think that she just doesn't care for him anymore. And he goes in the bathroom in one scene and sees that she has antidepressants in the cabinet while she's taking a shower. And at the end of the movie, when he goes over, when she's sleeping, Cole tells Bruce Willis when he knows he's a ghost. And he finds out he's a ghost, as you know. She drops his wedding ring. And that's when it shows you, that he died. And, he's flipping out. But, he was trying to teach Joel to not be afraid of these ghosts. Basically, that's how he was going to help him. He was going to help. He needed to redeem himself, and by doing that, helping his. So he said, instead of being terrified of these ghosts, listen to them, because they're actually coming to you because they know that you can see them, and a lot of them have unfinished business. And that's what he told the little boy. Don't be afraid of them, listen to them. And I kind of jumped into that, sorry. But I think the end. I get choked up talking about it. So the ending, which wraps everything up beautifully, is that after he helped the little boy, he was free. He felt he was able to go. And he tells his wife, "You were never second." So she was always first. Sorry. Be prepared if you see signs. This is what it is going to do to you. So be prepared. Okay, but so at the end he's watching one of their videos. Oh fuck. One of their wedding videos. And then it fades to white. So it's one of those movies. You can't just watch once. You have to keep watching it, because you realize everything is so obvious. But how M. Night directed it, wrote it. M. Night gets a lot of shit, but Sixth Sense kicks so many other filmmakers' asses, writers. Like, he showed them how it's done, so whatever, however you feel about it now. But he's truly amazing. He was truly amazing with that film. And we need more movies like that. It was a thriller, but it made you feel. And a movie should be a roller coaster ride. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Big drop at the end, big climax. Or just, it should have meaning, or at least feelings. Because if it doesn't have a heart, then it's just a piece of crap. Usually. But that depends on what kind of movie you're watching and what kind of movie they wanted to make. Let's take Freddy versus Jason. That's not an emotional movie. You don't care, really, I don't think, for the characters that are dying. But it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie, and it was a roller coaster ride. It was fun. But there's a big difference between, like, Freddy versus Jason, and then we'll take another movie that I think not only has the horror element, but also brought in emotion, and that would be The Mist, directed by Frank Darabont, who also, of course, developed The Walking Dead, which they kicked him off because after the second season, because I think he knew what he was doing. So that's another story. But movies should be a roller coaster ride. But they all shouldn't have a lot of emotion. In Sixth Sense, you laugh, you cry, you're with the characters the whole time. Every character is amazing. The mom who was in Little Miss Sunshine, that's what I first saw her in. She was awesome. She was also in that new horror movie, I think it was called Hereditary. She was very good in that. She's good in everything she does. Every character in this movie, every actor was amazing. Every actor did a wonderful job. And this is how movies should be done. I'm Stephen Ang, and I had one of my, I don't know if they're they might, I don't know if they subscribed to my channel, but I was asked to do the Sixth Sense review, and this movie's been out for a long time, so you've probably already seen it, but I was asked to do this, so I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, thank you. Stephen Ang, signing out.